Hello friends, today we will take again second chapter, growth of world population. As you know that at present population of the world is about 7.8 billion, but about 100 years ago population was much lower. So what are the things which increase or decrease the population of any country of the entire world? Today we are going to discuss. So my name is Arvind Kumar Singh. Let's begin the class. What is growth? Hello friends, today we will take another topic, growth of world population, from the same chapter, the world population. My name is Arvind Kumar Singh. Let's begin the class. First of all, we will talk about what is growth. Do you have any idea what is growth? Okay, no problem. You see, all the things changes over period of time. Nothing is permanent in this world. Our height changes when we are kid, and when we grow up, so our height changes. Production in any factory also changes on daily or yearly basis. Take example, suppose one factory produces mobile phones. So in the January month, maybe total 2000 phone was produced, but in the month of February, say 2500 mobile phones were produced. So the quantity of production changes. Even in your class 12, at present maybe 40 student, last year maybe there was only 35 student or more than that. So things are changes. In a nutshell, on this earth surface things changes over period of time. So what is growth? Growth simply means change in quantity. So remember this word, change in quantity is called growth. This is not the complete definition. We will add something, but for the time being you learn this. Growth means change in quantity. Now, one question for you. Tell me whether growth has happened or not, or simply change has occurred or not. One boy is there on the screen. So, can you tell me growth has happened or not? Can you say yes or can you say no? No, you cannot say. Why you cannot say? Because there is nothing to compare. When change has happened or not happened, we can only say when we compare with the previous situation. Now I am giving you another clue. So in the year 2005, this was the height of the boy, and after 5 years, in the year 2010, now this is the height of that boy, same boy. Now can you tell me growth has happened or not? Change has occurred or not? Now you can tell me, yes, change has occurred and change is positive. The height of the boy has increased over a period of 5 years. So what we have learned in this slide? In this slide we have learned that we can tell about the change or we can tell about the growth only when we have information of at least 2 periods. We can tell about the growth when we compare the data or the number of any 2 given period. Then only we can say growth has happened or not. Otherwise, we will not be able to say growth has happened or not. Now come to the earlier definition. In the previous slide, I told you that growth means change in quantity. So this was our earlier definition. But now what we are going to add in this? We are going to add in this change in quantity between 2 points of time. This is the complete definition of growth. So growth is what? Change in quantity between 2 points of time. Now come to our original topic. Original topic is population growth. We will talk about population growth. Population of India in the year 2001 was only 102 crores and it became 121 crores in the year 2011. Now can you find some changes? Yes, there is change. What kind of change? Increase or decrease? Increase of 19 crores in a gap of 10 years. So earlier population was 102 crores. Now it is 121 crores. So 19 crore people were added to the population of our country in a gap of 10 years. So there is change. And change of what kind? Positive. So this is called as population growth. Change in quantity between 2 points of time is called population growth. Now we will define population growth. Change in the size of population of a country between 2 points of time is called as population growth. So this definition you can learn or you can note down in your notebook. In the examination, objective question may come, what do you mean by population growth? There you can write this definition. Change in the size of population of a country between 2 points of time is called population growth. To understand growth, we will ask some questions. So 4 questions are shown on the screen. Was there any change in quantity? Number 1. If yes, there was change. If yes, then how much? We have to find the difference. Next thing we have to know whether the change was positive or negative. And last thing we have to do, we have to calculate the percentage. So these 4 things if we can do, then we can understand population growth. Let's do one activity. I am giving you one table showing the population of our country of 2 years. Year 2001, population was 102 crores. Year 2011, population 121 crores. Now based on the given information, now let us try to find the growth of population. So what is the first question? First question is, was there any change in quantity? Can you see some change? Earlier it was 102 crores. Now it is 121 crores. So is there any change? What will be your answer? Yes, there is change. Next question. If change, then how much? We have to find the difference. Can you find the difference? What is the change? It's very simple. Simply subtract 102 minus 121. It becomes 19 crore. So 19 crore is the change. Next question what we are going to ask? Was change positive or negative? What is your answer? Tell me. Change was positive or negative? Yes, you are correct. Change was positive. Now we have to calculate the percentage, the last one. And it's very simple. Everybody knows how to calculate percentage. 19 crore upon 102 crore into 100 and it becomes 18.6 crore. Here you may get confused that what should be the figure as a denominator, 102 crore or 121 crore. So here remember 121 crore is the result. Base year is what? Base year is 2001. So we have to take the population of 2001. So that's why 19 crore has been divided by 102 crore, not by 121 crore. So this you have to be very careful. So we have taken out the percentage. Percentage is 18.6. Now we often use 2 words. One word is growth and other word is growth rate. If somebody asks what is the growth of population of our country between 2001 and 2011, our answer should be 19 crores. This is growth of population. But if somebody asks, what was the growth rate? Then we will write the percentage. We will say growth rate was 18.6%. So this is a basic difference between growth and growth rate. Now some other related terms we have to understand. Population growth, actual increase or decrease in the size of population between 2 points of time. Remember, sometimes population decreases also. However, it is very rare, but sometimes it happens. Population of India increased by 19 crore between 2001 and 11. So this 19 crore is the population growth. So population growth you understand. Next term, population growth rate. I told you that if you express the same thing in percentage, it becomes growth rate. When increase or decrease is expressed in term of percentage, it is called population growth rate. Example, growth rate of population in India between 2001 and 11 was 18.6%. So I think there is no confusion between population growth and population growth rate. When rate is added, then you have to write the percentage. Very simple. Now next term is natural growth of population. When increase in population is calculated based on birth and death only. So you are not taking any other component into consideration. You are just simply taking birth and death. In a year, total birth, and in the same year, total number of death. If you subtract death from the birth, you will get the natural growth. Take one example. Suppose there is one country and population is say 1000. No country is like that, but just suppose that population is 1000. And in 1 year, about 15 babies were born. And in the same year, suppose 10 people died. Now think, how many babies were born? 15. How many died? 10. 15 minus 10, 5. So 5 is the natural growth. So population earlier was 1000. Now 5 people were added. So population will become 1005. Total population will become 1005. And natural growth is only 5. Birth minus death. Next term is actual growth of population. Population of any country increases because of birth and decreases because of death. But there is some other elements also, like migration. Population of a country may increase because of in-migration along with the birth. And population of a country can decrease because of out-migration along with the death. So if you are taking migration factor into consideration, then it will be called as actual growth of population. So here you have to add total birth plus in migration, how many people came in. Then again you have to take one more element, total death plus out migration, how many people went out from the country. Now you have to subtract the second element from the first and you will get the actual growth. So this formula also you can write. This also has been given in your NCERT book, so you can note it down from there also. Actual growth of population. Next term is positive growth of population. Very simple. When population of a country increases after some years, it is called positive growth. Example, population of India was 102 crores in 2001. It increased to 121 crores in 2011. It is an example of positive growth because population has increased over a period of time. Positive growth will happen when birth rate is higher than death rate. Means more child are taking birth compared to the death. So more birth will lead to positive growth. And the next is negative growth of population. When population of a country decreases after some years, it is called negative growth of population. This phenomena is very rare, but sometimes it happens. In our country also it has happened. Population of India was 25.2 crores in the year 1911. It decreased to 25.1 crore in the year 2021 after 10 years. So earlier it was 25.2, now it is 25.1 crore. It is an example of negative growth. Negative growth will happen when birth rate is lower than death rate. It is very rare situation, as I told you. Very advanced countries like Japan, Germany are registering negative growth of population. Why they are registering negative growth of population? Because in their country they have controlled the birth rate up to very large extent. Birth rate is very, very low. Their death rate is also very, very low. But remember, we cannot make the death rate zero. It's a natural thing. People will die, but we can control the birth rate and we can bring up to zero. So that's why in their country, birth rate is highly controlled. So it has become lower than the death rate, and that's why in their countries, population is decreasing. It is called negative growth of population. Objective type question may come, name the countries where population is registering negative growth. Then you can write Japan and Germany. Now let's move to another aspect of population growth. Why does population of a country increase or decrease? In the 10 minutes of this class, you may have got some idea that what are the things which lead to increase or decrease of population. But let's see. There are three components. There are three components for population change, or you can say population growth. What are these components? One is birth rate, next is death rate, and the last one is migration. So these three elements, these three components we have to understand and we have to learn. Let's take birth rate first. What is birth rate? Total number of birth per 1,000 people in a country in a year is called birth rate. If birth rate is higher than death rate, population will increase. In most of the developing countries like India, China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, birth rate is higher than death rate. At some places you will see this word crude birth rate, CBR. So birth rate and crude birth rate are both same or different? So they are almost same, but there is one little difference. What is the little difference? Let's see the definition. Total number of live birth. Earlier it was written only birth, but now we are talking about live birth. Total number of live birth per 1,000 people estimated at mid-year population is called crude birth rate. So there is one minor variation. In the previous it is only birth, now it is live birth. In the previous it was only population, now it is mid-year population. Now what is mid-year population? Mid-year population means population is projected at the, what will be the population in the middle of the year. For example, suppose in any country population is 5,000 on 1st January. In the same country, population was counted as 6,000 on 31st December at the end of the year. Now you just imagine what will be the population on 1st July. That means in the middle of the year. So population was 5,000 in the beginning. Population has become 6,000 at the end. So in the middle what will be there? Guess, it is 5,500. So this way mid-year population is calculated. If you are not understanding this concept, you simply remember it that live birth divided by mid-year population multiplied by 1,000 will give you crude birth rate. So birth rate, you know, If birth rate is higher, if more babies are taking birth, then population will increase. Next important component is death rate. That definition is very similar to the birth rate. Total number of death per 1,000 people in a country in a year is called death rate. If death rate is higher than birth rate, then what will happen? Population will decrease. It is a rare phenomena. Generally does not happen, but sometimes happen. Advanced countries like Japan, Germany has controlled the birth rate to such an extent that death rate has become higher than birth rate. Means more people are dying compared to newborn babies. Now again the same thing. Earlier we discussed crude birth rate. Now we'll talk about crude death rate. Total number of death per 1,000 people estimated at mid-year population is called as crude death rate. What is mid-year population? We have already discussed in the previous slide, so I think there is no confusion. And the last element is migration. What is migration? When people move from one place to another place for living, it is called migration. Or we can say in other words, permanent or semi-permanent change in the place of residence is called migration. Migration is the result of unequal distribution of resources and opportunity. People move from one place to other place for some reason. Everywhere the distribution of resources, land, water, job, education is not same, and that's why people move from one place to other place. People migrate because of various reasons. A boy migrates from village to city for employment or better education. On the other hand, an old person can migrate from crowded city to village for good health. So in this paragraph, I mean to say, with the help of this paragraph, that there may be thousands of reasons for migration. One person migrates for one cause, other person will migrate for some other cause. And all the reasons, all the causes have been grouped under two broad categories called as pull factor and push factor. This question is very common and very popular also. Often it comes in the CBC board examination. So pull factor and push factor you have to learn and you have to remember. So let's see what is pull factor and push factor of migration. Pull factor. All good factors which attract a person toward a place. So pull factors are good factors. They will attract you. They will call you. They will invite you that come to my place. I will offer you something better. Now come to push factor. All bad factors which force a person to leave a place. So these are bad factors. They are forcing you. You go from here. There is nothing here. There is nothing good here. You go and go to some other place. So bad factors are push factor. And good factors are pull factors. They will pull you. They will call you. They will invite you. Good climate, higher living standard, better job opportunity, quality education, peace, law and order, all these are grouped under pull factor. Whereas bad climate, natural disaster, poverty, unemployment, war, political unrest are push factor. They will force you to leave that area. Pull factors operate at the place of destination and push factor operate at the place of origin. So what is the place of destination and place of origin? We will discuss in the next slide. See, there is one person called Mohan, and Mohan is migrating from India to USA. Generally, Indian youth, they prefer to go to USA, most of them. So I have taken that example. So Mohan is migrating from India to USA. Take this example. So in case of Mohan, India will be the place of origin. and USA will be called as place of destination. So from where Mohan is coming? Mohan is coming from India. So India is place of origin. Where Mohan is going? Mohan is going to USA. Therefore, USA is the place of destination. For India, Mohan will be counted as out migration because Mohan has gone out of the country. But for USA, Mohan will be counted as in migration because Mohan is going to enter into that country, USA. So you can compare what is out migration and what is in migration. For India, Mohan will be called as emigration, and for USA, Mohan will be called as immigration. The pronunciation is more or less same, so you can also learn the pronunciation from the internet. Immigration and immigration. Mohan is migrating from India. Why? There must be some push factor in India, some bad factor in India, which is forcing Mohan to leave. Mohan is going to USA. Why? There must be some good and attractive factors working there, and that's why it is pull factor operating in USA. Thank you, friends. I hope that you have understood the meaning of growth, growth rate, why population changes, that means birth rate, death rate, and migration. We will meet you again in the next class. Thank you very much. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.